What's up, you guys? This is One Classic Gamer here, and sitting next to me is Just Insane 2099. I said your name right, bro. Are you happy?
Actually, I am. Like, for once, like, I'm actually, like, yes. Finally, it only took, like, 13 videos, but, yeah, like, mission accomplished.
I wasn't aware that you've been keeping count. Yeah, I'm putting him on the spot, guys.
Yeah.
If you could see his face right now, he's just like, shit. Where's the door?
Man, look who suddenly has to go to the bathroom.
Or you're just like Captain America and Winter Soldier, like the elevator scene where he's looking and seeing the guys sweating, like right before they're about to fight. He's like, before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Honestly, I wish there was like a scene where like there's just that one dude that's just like, yep.
He just has that moment where we see inside his head, he's like, his life is flashing before his eyes, and he's just like, emergency brake, like, out, let me out, please.
It's like, dude, they do not pay me enough to do this.
Or
like,
I'm just gonna sit in the corner like this, like. Damn, I feel like that even wouldn't keep you safe in a tight environment like that. You'd probably get hit and kicked several times,
Well, you also have to realize, like...
Even if you're not trying to fight, if you're just standing in the corner, like, how the fuck do you get away from that, like...
Well, see, I think it works like a two-pronged system because, like, okay, yeah, like, if you're back against the corner, like, in that V shape, yeah, your movement's limited, but you can get, like, some footing on the wall and, like, kind of use the wall as leverage and, like, charge
push yourself
up.
back.
Yeah.
This is our combat coaching training section of this video where we give you guys tips on how to fight close quarters, even though... Let's be honest, bro. If we were both in that scenario, we'd probably be...
No, we'd probably...
Yeah,
I'll probably get, like, 2 or 3 solid good hits in, and then just get jumped by, like, 4 other guys with tasers and, like, stuff like, you know what, get off me! Pop, 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 pop. I was like, yeah, that was one-sided.
Damn. And the fact that he jumped out of that window and landed on the shield and survived, bro... That shit was just like, what?
That shows the durability of that shield. Although, like, I kind of don't understand.
He's a
like,
super soldier.
Yeah, but like, okay.
And if it were a regular person, the force, it doesn't matter how tough the shield is. The force of hitting the ground and landing like that would like break all the bones in your body. Like you'd be paralyzed for life.
Well,
you're like, okay, I got to do this one cool move. Oh, fuck, now I can't move now for the rest of my life.
What you call it? What's that science thing? Terminal velocity? Where you reach the maximum speed limit of falling in like 3 seconds?
I got a better hypothetical for you. Imagine Captain America has this badass fight in the elevator like he did in the movie, and then he does the thing where he's like, how am I going to get out of here? And in the movie... He jumps out with the shield.
I see where you're going.
And he lands on the ground, but he can't fucking move, and they're just like, well, we drag him back.
Oh, I thought you were going to play that scene out from, like, the other guys where you just see him land and he just, like, hits the ground and, like, that's it. Like,
yeah,
the end of Captain America. Oh, no, that's exactly what you just said, and I just ruined it.
Well, we lasted 3 hours and 3 minutes and 48 seconds.
Okay, I'm glad I was not the only one.
Jesus Christ, dude. So we're in our millionth hot air balloon now. And then I gave up and just like... When you see those chunks on the ground that you can rewind, it's better to just hop on those because those fell from the sky. So they could literally take you all the way up,
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I like the rewind feature. It like saves your ass a lot in this game. Like when you fuck up on a puzzle or something, or like let's say you're trying to drop something somewhere and it falls down the cliff, you can use rewind to bring it back up so you can grab it again, The abilities, honestly, like when you get down to it, I know you're never going to do it because it's not your thing, like you're in other types of games, but like if you ever got down to it like and played it, like the abilities in this game are like really, really like smart, like it's like Portal, like they're very like physics based, Did you ever play Portal?
I did. I just never bought it. Like I like played it.
Same. I never bought it either, but those games are fun, dude. Portal 2 was co-op, I believe, wasn't it? I think it was. It had 2-player co-op. And like the levels were different and stuff. And I think Justin is just trying to read the shrine name, right, Justin?
Honestly, like we're at that like fast forward. It's the Shashara shrine.
Oh shit.
And he's going up against
that guy. Thought your pronunciation was so bad he died and exploded.
I know. Like you're lucky I was there to save your life, man. You're lucky.
Here we got the nameless Korok that we're not acknowledging because Justin made a really bad joke. Was that the last video? Let's not remind them. Or maybe it was the last video. No,
it was the last video.
Dude,
that you just reminded them. And like definitely brought it out to their attention too. It's like I guarantee you there's one person or two people watching this. It's like, you know, let me go back and see. Oh yeah, and they're gonna put in the comment section. They're gonna be like, yeah, at 14 minutes and 37 seconds. Like that's where he mentioned it.
There is a funny part, bro. There are a couple funny parts, but there was one part that stood out to me in last week's video where there was a pause and you're like, you said like even I'm just like saying random stuff like blah 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 blah. You know, like
when you get to that point where you literally have nothing to say, like nothing, but you need to say something in order for.
I'm telling you. I'm sorry.
Like that part where you have something to say, but you have nothing to say, like Kakariko Bridge. You know, it's like when you don't have to say Kakariko, like, and I gotta stop saying it because like now I just can't stop saying Kakariko. Like,
personally, I say Kakariko Village, but
Kaka, you know.
But Kaka sounds like shit, and we're literally picking up shit, so I guess it is really fitting.
So it's kind of fitting, yeah.
That was a good one.
So
that worked. He made me laugh, guys. I laughed like fucking Joker. Was that Joker? Or that was like a Joker laugh or a hyena laugh, dude. Sometimes I get so carried away with my laughs, honestly. Like when I'm going back and watching my streams, I'm like, damn, dude, like, I know you're trying to get subscribers, but you don't need to play it up that much, you know? Like,
right. And I actually gotta buy myself some headphones because the headphones I have are for Xbox.
Yeah.
So
which ones are they?
They are the Turtle Beach something that costs like $155, which worked great when I had an Xbox Series X, and they work on my PC. But I didn't really read the box until I tried to connect it to my PS5, and I'm like, dude, that's weird. It doesn't recognize it, doesn't see it at all. And then I'm looking at it, and it's like Turtle Beach, like for Xbox, and I was like, oh. It's literally for an Xbox.
Dude, it's like the other day I walked into Best Buy because I needed a new one of these. I'm showing them my headphone adapter for the iPhone, by the way. The iPhone used to have a just regular standard port like this. This is like what I'm showing him is
auxiliary port.
An auxiliary port. It used to have one on the bottom of the phone, but now the only port that's on it is the Thunderbolt port, which is this port. So when you listen to it with your headphones, you have to have this thing connected to it like an adapter. But over time, and you know the few times I've hung up on you by accident, I'm like, what happened, bro? Like, I don't know what happened. It's because when they go bad, if you're talking to someone on the phone with them and you move this thing just a little bit, it'll like stop playing the music or like hang up and shit like that. And it's so annoying. And honestly, guys, I forgot why I even brought this up to begin with. Oh, you were talking about the Xbox thing and it not being... It's saying this is for the Xbox. I went into Best Buy just trying to buy one of these things, and I purchased it, got in my car and everything, took it out of the box, and I'm like, wait, why won't it fucking fit? It wasn't the right one, bro. So I had to walk back in and be like... And they knew right away. They were like... They probably like have people, like... Several people struggle with it, but like... I don't know why they keep changing the fucking the like things on phones, dude. It's so dumb.
Or like how they'll come out with like another like serious edition of phones, and it's like another model or something, and they just do something as simple as like switching the camera from the left side to the right side. Yeah. And it's like it's the same exact phone. They're just like, yeah, but it's a instead of it being like the Apple 12, it's the Apple 13. But instead of the camera being on the left, it's on the right. So, it's a different phone.
And they try to make that simple, minute change sound like the greatest thing ever just to get you to buy it. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Or they'll be like, hey, remember how, like, the Metro, like, Samsung, like, 12 only had, like, 50 megapixels?
Oh, God, video's lagging crazy.
Like, now we got the 13, and it has 52 megapixels. It's like, dude, you could do so much more with those 2 megapixels. Like, and an expansion of the internal memory drive, like how it just used to be like 28 gigs. Now it's 30 gigs. Like, man, I tell you.
I've been an Apple user forever, man, honestly.
Yeah, see, Apple lost me when they introduced the iPod, and a friend gave me an iPod because he was tired of seeing me walk around with a spindle of CDs. He gave me an iPod Shuffle.
I literally had a portable CD player that I used to walk around with like headphones. And I had like a little case of CDs like Blink-182, Green Day, Linkin Park, all the different, like what I was into at the time, I mean,
for those of you that are like younger than early like 2000s,
like 90s,
there was a time where like not everything was like digitally like available to us.
Everyone watching this is like the Minions, like what? Like
it's like I sort of feel like how my like parents were, our grandparents were like back in our day. We had stuff on cassette. Like,
isn't that crazy? I feel like that's just like a maturing thing, though. Like when you grow up, you look back and you start to feel like your parents felt when you were younger and giving them shit,
Yeah.
And that's how I felt when I moved out, to be honest. I hope they don't hear me. But my roommates that I have now, when they first moved in, they would irritate me to the point where I would act a certain way in front of them. And I'd be like, I feel like I was just like my dad right there, just like for a second, like he came out there. But like, it wasn't me causing trouble this time. Like, I was in his role. I'm like, damn, I feel bad now. I should, like, apologize to him, for all those years that I gave him shit, like...
Well, I think that's, like, the transition of, like, life, dude. Like, that just happens. It's, like, the stuff that you did, like, when you're on the other side, you look back and you're
Arrow
like,
in the face, dude. Sorry. That was crazy.
I didn't... Like, I saw it, but I didn't see it. Like, I know what you're talking about, and I still didn't see it. Like, it was just like, because like by the time my brain caught up to what you were saying, I saw the tail end of the arrow, but the scene moved on. So I was like, oh well, I saw a arrow.
In other words, don't fucking get all 1,000 Koroks in this game, guys. Just don't do it.
Or if you do, watch all of these videos to find out all of the hidden locations. Like.
Yeah, like the 100 or so that I had before I started hunting them, well, you're shit out of luck there. You're going to have to navigate through 140 parts to figure out where I got them, like... I mean, if it's a more linear game, I can understand people watching me and trying to copy it the way I do it to get through it, But if it's a huge, massive game, no one's going to copy anyone. It's like the game puts you in a giant open world. People are going to go do whatever they want to do, And I guess that's kind of like why I like open world games. But I swear to God, you guys, and Justin saw some of this firsthand, when I first started playing RE4, I didn't know what to expect. And when I saw that it had big open worlds, I was like, dude, I said I was fucking done with this shit, like... And here we go, another game that has 3 giant areas you have to explore. But you're really just going around and getting treasure, that's it, And I didn't know this, dude, but, like, you can combine, like, the gems with, like, the treasures, like the crowns and stuff. Like, fit them in the slots.
That makes sense.
And you get more money off of that.
That makes perfect sense.
Which is kind of cool, But, again, I'm getting sidetracked talking about fucking Resident Evil.
You're just giving people a preview of your next videos that you're going to...
But it's not even, like, my next playthrough. Like, RE3 is coming next... and then after that, RE4 is going to come out. And at that point, people are going to be like, yeah, we moved on from that, like, months ago. Like... Actually, I don't think it's going to take that long, but... RE3 is a really short game. But that was my favorite one, dude. Honestly, like... But I hate Nemesis. I don't know if you heard me on the last video when you were on your phone, like, looking up the Nemesis minigun thing, dude. But, like, I said the fact that... you saw that? Game over! He kicked my ass, bro. Guys, that was funny because that was just like... it was like... the video was lagging, so it was like one frame. Okay, sword drawn. And then the next frame. Game over.
It's like, I will smite thee, game. You know what? That's a perfect time to, like, you know what? You should edit it and have, like, a cutscene where, like, have your audio. It's like, okay, it's time to get this. And then have that freeze frame with that record, like, it was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Believe me, bro. I've been trying to do the to be continued things on this, but I just don't have time, you know, at this point. But, like, I would that is one particular scenario where I would probably, if I remember, I'll go back and see if I could do something with that, you know? What is it? 16 minutes? Okay, I'll just put down. It was like 15, 30, or 15 minutes. We'll just 15.
14 to be safe.
Time code for Frozen game over. 15. We'll just put 15. I'm pretty sure it was like 15. That was pretty funny, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I try to keep these videos, like, humorous, you know? Like, if I see something funny, I'm like, I'll keep that in. Like, maybe one person will laugh at. Like, if I could get one person to laugh, then in my mind I've succeeded, you know?
Yeah.
And I just made you laugh, so... that was fucking funny, though, bro. That's what it's like, how it feels to chew 5 gum, you know? Like, or, like, fucking Dark Souls, which I've never played, and Justin's never really played that much, but...
I've played, like, 1 hour of it.
I played Bloodborne.
Now, see, the thing about games like that, I'm more of an experience freak, where I would rather go through and, like, replay the same thing over and over and get the experience...
Yeah.
And then level up my character, then proceed with the story. Because, like, that and Returnal. Returnal was one, like, the first game I've ever played where I just kept getting other guns and, like, upgrading them.
And I was thinking about that game the other day, a couple days ago. I was like, I kept telling Justin over and over, I'm going to do a playthrough for that game, and I still haven't. And I still want to play through it, honestly, you know? I want to 100% it. You know how I am. And I feel like that's going to be fucking hard, bro. But, like,
well,
at this point, I've done some hard challenges. Like, literally, like, I feel like me, like, as a gamer, this is just me personally, I've gone through, like, just an arc in the past, like, 2 years. Where my entire life, I've been playing games on, like, the easy, medium difficulty. And then The Last of Us and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, those were the first 2 games. And God of War Ragnarok, where I was like, no, I'm going to do the hardest difficulty. And now, ever since then, it's just, I'm obsessed with playing games on the hardest difficulty, you know? Like, RE4, like, that village section in the fucking beginning, bro, like...
And, what was so hilarious to me was, like, I literally watched it from the beginning. I'm like, dang, dude, like...
where do I go?
And, like, I was thinking, even I was coming up with strategies. It's like, okay, I would get the grenade, get them all in one location, then dude with chainsaw would come out, and I'm like, okay, there's no way you can beat that, dude. And then, like, I pulled out my phone, and I was like, hey, how to defeat Chainsaw Man? And, like, Google brought up anime, and I'm like, no, I'm not talking about the anime. I'm talking about, like, the chainsaw dude from
But here's
Resident
the
Evil
lore,
4.
you know?
Yeah. And then, when you finally get it, I was, like, super stoked because, like, the bells went off and the people went in the church. And then the logo shows up and it's like, welcome to Resident Evil 4.
And he's like, where's everyone going? Bingo.
Like,
you know? Like,
yeah.
And that chainsaw motherfucker, oh, fuck those guys.
It was something about his eyes. Like, it wasn't the fact that he had a bag over his head. It was just... his eyes were offset. Like,
yeah.
it was like, one eye was, like, literally to the left, and then, like, the other eye is, like, 5 feet apart and, like, slightly at a downward angle. Mm-hmm. And he tilted his head, and I was like, I don't know why. There's something about that that's, like, really disturbing me. Like, visually.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, there are some scary enemies in RE4. It's not like the scare. I think out of all three, it's probably like the least intense one. It's more action focused, you know. But it's Resident Evil, so I don't know why I thought this, but like that, like I thought everyone tells me it's the most action packed game in the series, so I'm thinking, okay, there's not gonna be any horror in it at all. But like when I'm playing as Ashley trying to escape, like that shit was intense, you know. Like the fact that the knights, like, ugh, like, dude. And the fact that I kept having to walk by all this stuff that I knew I could pick up if I was playing as Leon, but, like, I couldn't because I was playing as... I was like, why can't she open the fucking drawer up or something? You know what I mean?
Right.
Or, like...
Stuff that, like, Leon can do, and it's like... And then it's, like, one of those things where it's, like, a catch-22 where it's, like, I know you're not saying women are stupid to the point where they can't open drawers. Like, I know that's not what you're saying, right?
And she happens to be blonde.
Like,
Yeah. Like,
I don't know. It's like sliding open a drawer doesn't seem that impossible, but for her it is. Especially if she's holding a lantern. Like
in the stream that I did that cut off and only recorded for 9 minutes, I got, since we're doing kind of a filler video here, I'll talk about it because I don't think anyone's gonna trip. But I was getting so mad at Ashley, bro. I was like calling her names. I was like, dumb fucking blonde, bro. You know, like I was literally getting so mad. And then I'd have to stop and be like, but wait, Leon's blonde. You know, like, like, is Ashley dumb or am I dumb for failing this? You know, like.
Well, you literally, you're lucky. Ooh, you're lucky you don't have.
I'm like dark blonde. Or not, I'm like dirty blonde. That's what people say my... Actually, do you think my hair is dirty blonde or dark brown or light brown?
I'm just gonna say dark brown.
I think it's dark brown, honestly, because everyone growing up used to say I have like dirty blonde hair, and I don't know. I feel like I'm talking so much shit about blondes, bro. I'm alienating my blonde audience right now, you know? Like,
to all the blondes,
look, Fail Army, did you see that?
To all the blondes watching this video, whether you're light
I wish
or dark,
I wish I could go back so you could see that.
No, I saw.
I literally had it sped up and stopped it right when I ate shit. You know.
Oh.
And I was like, that's a perfect Fail Army moment.
You should do like a little Fail like Army like Zelda video.
Maybe in 10 years.
But you like,
you know, like,
you don't fail very often on Zelda.
Well, I've already been playing the game for like 200 hours at this point, you know, so
I kind of figured.
So like I'm like so deep into it that, you know, and there's a part of me that thinks about that 320 hours that I had and how much of it was just me sitting at a pause menu not playing the game.
I noticed that too, like when you, even in like your RE videos, or like I thought you were like something was going on because I'm watching and
like you just got up, yeah.
Like, is everything okay? Like, like I don't want to leave, but what's going on?
Where are you, bro?
Yeah.
Like, why aren't you responding? You know, why aren't you saying anything? He's like, well, you like in the back of your mind, you being my friend, you're like thinking like, oh, don't tell me he finally killed himself. You know, a frustration or something. You know, like.
Like, dude, I can hear it in your voice sometimes. Like,
how mad I get.
Like, dude, like how mad you got when you were fighting Mr. X on that platform.
God.
And like that was so RNG because like sometimes you would dodge, but there was a rock right there that just.
No, the worst was the couple of times I got all the way to the end, ran up, grabbed the rocket launcher, and he still got me anyway. Because all you gotta do is shoot him once with the rocket launcher, and he goes down. You know. But that was the part that kept pissing me off because every time I grabbed the rocket launcher, I would like run away from him, but he was already too close to me you can't wait for him to do the attack because at that point like the rubble has collapsed, so the arena is a lot smaller. You know, you don't have as much room to run away from him. So it was just a fucking pain. I never thought any boss in RE would get worse than that, but dude, RE3 and RE4 have had some tough parts, dude. Like RE4, not going to spoil it. RE4, though, had a boss last night. If you guys watched my stream last night, which I've already taken down because I'm going to turn it into an edited video and it's going to be better. It's going to be in 4K and everything. There was a boss, dude, where it is like, it's like a holdout where you're on a timer, you know? So you're waiting something out, and you can't progress until that timer is up. And the whole time, this thing is just stalking you, bro. And like, there's very like it was so like it was like a Mr. X Nemesis moment where I felt just so on edge, you know, like fuck. Dude, I hate when games like horror games make you think, oh, you made it, and then like you'll fall down the floor into like a dark ass fucking place. Like, well, shit, I know this is gonna fucking suck, you know, like. That's basically, like, in a nutshell, like, the type of part of the game that it was. It was one of those types of parts where you fall down and now you're in this dark-ass fucking area. There's some tough trophies in that game, dude. Like, you have to get an S rank in every single shooting game.
Yeah.
That's gonna be tough.
Well, it depends on the weapons that they give you, that's all.
And the thing I noticed about this targeting shooting range is that like the targets are all moving on the same path, so you just got to figure out the right times to shoot them and the right times to like reload, you know?
Especially when they have like those crisscross where it's like you got like the innocent person and like the pirate, and you got like time.
Fucking sailor.
One is like moving like so slow, the other's moving so fast, and you only have like that one window of time.
So yeah, just imagine that, but like with this Korok that I'm showing you guys right now. Was that a good tie-in?
That was a good tie-in.
Oh, we should set a timer for how long we're getting away from Zelda so that we could bring it back with a little bit of Zelda and then just start talking about random shit again, you know? Honestly, dude, like, what is there to talk about? If you guys are here, welcome. Thank you for sticking with my bullshit for this long. I just can't believe, dude, that this game is literally going to end, like, next week, you know? Like, that's just crazy to think about, dude. After a year and, like, literally, like, 15 months. And it's all over. So, yeah.
And it's been an interesting journey, you know? Starting from absolutely nothing with 3 hearts is like, you know, health bars, down to up to...
A lot. I think I have 38.
Oh, by the way, that's the Tukarok location.
Like, nice.
Yep.
He did it, guys.
And that's only because I played Turok, so like I like that just is like
oh, I remember that. Wait.
Yes, the dinosaur shooting game.
Oh, never mind.
What were you thinking?
The fuck.
Dino Crisis?
No. Like, there was a show on Nickelodeon.
Cat Dog. No, I know it. I knew it wasn't Cat Dog.
It was the. I want to say it was Tack. Not Tack.
Invader Zim?
No. Fuck, dude. Why can't I remember it? Oh my god.
Because you're thinking about it.
It was either Tack or Jack. In like the power of Juju or something like that. Like,
no, Attack of the Power of Juju.
Yeah, Attack and the Power of Juju.
Yeah.
That's just what I heard when you said that, honestly. You ever hear that where I say one thing, Justin, and then you hear something and you think it's related, but then when you say it, you're just like, Attack has nothing to do with Turok.
Yeah.
You know?
It doesn't. But,
see what I mean? The fucking rain, dude. See how annoying this is? Now take that and multiply it times 320 hours. I'm just kidding. I probably didn't spend 320 hours climbing. I wonder if there was it would be crazy if there was like a counter for like how many hours spent climbing, how many hours spent walking, you know?
Hey, that would be a mathematician's dream. You're like, okay, so based on the amount of hours it spent climbing, and assuming like that I, you know, climb at this rate of speed, oh my gosh, if I were to do this, I would have been climbing for like 14 years or something. Like somebody, like there's somebody who has that level, like who would really do the work and really try to figure that out.
Yeah. And it just could not stop fucking raining here, guys. It was, I'm telling you, it was worse than fucking, what was the last, no, I probably shouldn't do that, bring up a hurricane, a natural disaster.
Well, you know what? It was almost as worse as the ending of the movie Twister,
Where they were inside.
When they were inside the tornado.
Dude, are you gonna go see the new one?
Oh, I definitely am.
We should
and
go
I
see.
refuse to see it in anything less than IMAX.
Yeah, dude.
Like it's IMAX or nothing.
I'm just hoping. Here's what I'm hoping. As someone who, I guess I'm gonna share something with you guys here, because I don't think I've ever talked about this. As someone who's always had a weird fascination with tornadoes and like storm chasing, I am hoping that the movie at least gets like the formation and the body of the tornado right and the sound right. You know what I mean, right? Like those two things need to be perfect. Like the actual effects and the speakers and the IMAX.
Folks that are watching this video, I really wish you could see his like expression.
My
right
excitement.
Now. He is like so into it. Like you have no idea. Like he really needs it.
They gotta get it right, dude. Like you can't keep fucking.
Well, you can always keep fucking, but like the thing is, it's like...
the world will never die. You know, like. But what were we talking about? Being high on life. The other like.
No, we were talking about Zelda coming into this shrine, and like it was at that fast forward point, so I didn't get the name of it. That's what we were really talking about, and you got man, now we're doing that stuttering.
But not never a good sign,
right? So we're gonna go.
It was at this moment they knew they were about to be fucked up. No.
Cut to.
Ding 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 ding. What do you think is funnier, the wasted or the? No. It was at this moment he knew, or the to be continued thing.
I don't know. I kind of like them all, but if I had to, like my favorite.
The to be continued.
No, my favorite is that like freeze frame record scratch, like yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up. Well, let's go back to the beginning.
Justin's like, you're probably wondering how I got talked into sitting here for hours at a time. Well, let's bring it back to this Korok that, yeah, we don't acknowledge that Korok's existence. I'm talking to the air right now. Can you guys believe the bugs in this game? Wow. You got to admit the art style in this game is pretty interesting.
Yes. that seems like one of those things you just edited.
like he totally paid him to agree with them. You know, like
he found like audio from something from like some other time, and he just like edited it in there, where it's just like, yes, I agree. Just generic commentary.
Okay, Justin. Here you go, Justin. Here we go.
Survey says.
Oh, that was easy.
Ren is.
Who the fuck is that? Whoever you are, can you like give us some clarification? Is that how you pronounce your name?
Ren is.
Ah, I don't know why I was doing that like it was live.
Hey,
one classic gamer, live performance, different strokes for different folks.
It's like, okay, so you do that little animation like...
Bro,
gliding,
just stop. Just stop. Oh my god. What happened to the AC, bro? It's getting warm in here. Yeah, I feel like we're getting uncomfortable. Damn. I feel like Carissa just turned the fucking AC off because she's like, man, I told her, like, this is the only fucking month I'm gonna do this. This is the only month I'll do this, but I'm editing a shit ton of videos this week, so I'm gonna be in my hot-ass room, and I'm gonna run the AC a bunch. We'll do 70-30, you know? For the bill, you know? So, because last time I had to wait, like, a week, dude, and, like, all she had to pay me was $60. But that week I didn't have that $60. $60, I was struggling. I'm like, damn, I could have used that $60, you know, like sooner. Mm-hmm. And then I look at my Venmo and she's like, it said that she had transferred it days ago.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, I want to tell her, like, can you like text me when you've sent it, please, so I know.
Or use Zelle. Like, Zelle will text your phone immediately.
Yeah, I don't know what bank she has, but Yeah, we got 6 minutes left. Somehow we made it through this. I think this was better than the last one.
Oh yeah, and honestly that is a video which surprised me. Like,
if you guys could see our face, there was a moment of pure just like we looked at each other and he was like, "This is a rough one, man." Like, yeah, like we're having a hard time doing this right now. But thankfully the next video is going to be shorter. I don't speed up. I'm not going to apply the shrine minigame for you in the next video because if I sped everything up in the next video would have been literally like 8 minutes long. It would have been so short. So I kind of just let some clips play out, which means the next video is going to be a little chiller. And in the last video, I'm going to finally get the rest of the Koroks. Dude, I don't know if I told you about this, but when I got all the way to the end of these Koroks, I was still missing 2 Korok seeds. And I had no idea where they were, and I was like, fuck, I'd been here before with Breath of the Wild, but thankfully I went on IGN and I just compared my map with theirs, and I was able to find both of them within the span of like half an hour.
Dude, that would have been nightmarishly.
Because you see how fucking massive this world is, right? And how huge it is, like... Everything down there, you can go everywhere. Like, nothing is literally off limits.
And the fact that, like, you just, like, stray in one direction, like, just, like, few degrees, but you keep going that direction and how far you'll be either close to or away from.
Yeah. I don't know how the fuck they made this game, dude. And on the Switch, too, like, how the hell... They're also doing a new, did you ever play any of those turn-based RPGs, like Mario and Luigi, or...
Mm-mm. I don't do... I cannot.
You don't like those?
I don't. Like, I tried with Final Fantasy VII.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like what turned me off on it. Although I did like the summons and everything, which was like super cool.
Yeah.
It's just like, having to sit there. And then I tried again a few months back. A coworker told me about Honkai Star Rail, which actually it's like a pretty decent, like, fun game. It's just, man, like, you sit there and you're like, attack, defend, heal. And then it's like, did it work, it didn't work, dodge. And then, like, okay, now you're going to sit back and you're going to get attacked. And there's nothing you can do about it. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, bro.
And see, my thing is the waiting. Like, that's the part that I just don't like.
And the fact that you literally have to press the button at a certain time to get, like, more damage, I like those games. I mean, I haven't played many of them, but I don't know. They're doing another Mario and Luigi game, and I'm pretty excited for that, Right when I'm trying to end my channel, like, Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation all come out and be like, well, One Classic Gamer, like, we're making all these games for you. I'm just kidding now. Like, we got something for you,
like, he's quitting his channel, so...
Everyone, double time!
Everybody, like...
Pump some games out!
Like, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo just collaborated, and we were like, we gotta make sure One Classic, like, keeps this thing up, so what do we got?
I wonder if there's a game studio out there that... there are game studios that, when they're working on their next game, they look at feedback, I wonder if there are studios out there that look at smaller channels for their feedback, like people who aren't as well known but can still be found,
Well, see, I think once you get to a certain status...
You don't really need to look back at those peasants, Like,
well, no, I think because what it is like, at some point that, like, the company, like, sponsors them or, like, pays them to be like, hey, look, we'll just pay... Like, for example, like, when Cyberpunk was coming out and how, like... They had all those YouTube content creators, like, talk about how great the game was.
Yeah.
And, like, but none of them were allowed to show the video, like, any footage of them playing.
Yeah.
But they were talking about how great it was.
It was behind closed doors. It was kind of sus, like...
And then, like, the game came out, and you're like, dude, this is
But
nothing.
I still remember when that 40-minute demo came out, I was like, this looks fucking sick. This is gonna be dope, But then when I played it, like, I was just kind of whatever, but... We made it through yet another video. Can you guys believe it? Can you believe it, Justin?
I actually can't. Man, and compared to our previous video, which was done who knows how long ago, I'm surprised, like, we actually had to... I honestly don't understand how we have stuff to talk about now. And yet, our previous video, we had nothing. We were just looking at it like, okay, well, we got to make sound so they know we're talking. We can't have silence.
Yeah, and with that, please comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.
And this has been One Classic Gamer along with Justin.
Signing off. Bye!